This episode of Geek-men and the Masters of the Thunder Nerds is brought to you by Super 7, Bulk Dominoes, Nerd Gear, and the Madness Comic Network. All right, how's it going, everybody?
Hi, Eddie.
We are here to talk about Enola Holmes 1 and 2.
Yes.
And yeah.
Dustin, you and I talked about it. I have only recently started watching Stranger Things and only recently been introduced to this actress that plays in the movie, right? I mean, it's like literally only a couple of weeks ago that I started watching Stranger Things,
right.
and got introduced to this young actress that plays in this movie.
Yeah, Millie Bobby Brown.
I kind of like her. She's pretty cool. You know? Yeah, I've been enjoying Stranger Things, and you know, I like all the kids in that.
Yeah.
They're all pretty good actresses.
There's a young kid named Dustin, my namesake.
Yeah.
So yeah,
he's got pearlies.
Yeah, he does. But yeah, so Stranger Things is definitely a favorite of mine. So I enjoyed watching that. But yeah. Addie, what about you? Have you been watching anything?
I'm watching my kid tear up the house right
now. So yeah, we've been just watching our normal shows, and we're all caught up on You, and we actually started watching this new show. It's called Revival. So that's been interesting, and we've only seen the first 2 episodes. I think the 3rd episode dropped just last night. But we're looking forward to seeing it, and it's actually based on a comic book.
Oh, no.
Oops. So that's cool. And I actually have that comic book, the first 2 graphic novels. And I'm telling you, I opened it up, and boom, right there is literally panel for panel, like what I'm seeing on the screen. It's in the comic book. It's wild.
Yeah, I've seen a few. You know the Rush album 2112?
Yeah.
There's an actual comic adaptation of that.
Yeah.
It has actually been put on YouTube to the music.
Okay.
Where they're showing the panels of the comic along with the song that's playing.
Mm-hmm.
And they play the whole album side, and they go through the whole graphic novel. Dude.
Is it good?
Yeah. It's real good. I'm like, everybody needs to do this. Make music to go with you.
For real, man. Like I know. Okay. So I have a short story written for my friend's book, and he sort of opened it up to people and asked folks to write stories to go in it, and it's basically a Western horror type thing, and it's called Year 47. That's his world, and it's hard to explain, but it's basically there is no heaven. Everything's broken, and demons are coming up out of the ground and stuff like that, and there's all these kinds of things you have to avoid, and the world's totally changed. And so yeah, I wrote a story for that, and he actually went so far as to include music that he found that he was listening to as he wrote the story. And so I used that as inspiration and listened to those things he had he found inspiring. So I listened to that as well. So I found that very, very useful as I was writing my book, and even found some interesting songs that like there was a cool version of Zombies that I listened to that he listened to that inspired the book. So yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic method, like
Yeah,
writing music.
yeah. Actually, Clockwork Angels, Rush's last album,
Mhm.
was accompanied by a novel written by Kevin J. Anderson and Neil Peart.
Yeah, I've interviewed him and we talked about that novel before. Like,
I need that episode, bro. I need that episode.
it's not an episode. I actually interviewed him in my
Oh,
magazine. Um,
I need it. I
I'll have to figure
need
out
it.
which one it is. And
I need it.
yeah,
Yeah, that was I had lost. I had an autographed copy of that,
nice.
and
Sorry
actually
you lost it though.
went to a signing and got him. Yeah, and I've lost a lot of things in my life. I say lost. I mean it was stolen.
Oh, geez.
You know.
Kevin J. Anderson's a great dude.
Yeah, yeah. It's the thing about having cool stuff is everybody else wants it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And there was a time when walking in my house was like walking into a museum. You know, I mean, there was everything.
Yeah.
There was pistons out of NASCAR engines that were autographed by the driver. I had so much hockey sticks autographed, just everything, everything, and it all got stolen.
Oh, jeez.
I lost my whole collection.
Jeez, it was.
Friends, people.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's certain things that I don't want to part with, and I would be devastated if anything got stolen. And my house feels like a museum, but it looks
Yeah.
like a junkyard.
Well, it depends on the context, though.
Right.
Like you would walk into my house 1 month, and it'd be this, and then the stuff as I would buy stuff or whatever, acquire stuff.
Yeah.
I would take something down and put something new up. And the stuff that came down would go into boxes and into my storage unit. And it was all cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all cool.
Yeah. I mean,
don't ever put your stuff in a storage unit for any reason. Okay?
Yeah, it's unless it's one of those pod things that is on your lawn that you can monitor.
Yeah, okay. If you got one of those, but I'm talking about storage, like
right, a storage
unit, whatever. Yeah.
I mean,
shady things happen. Shady things happen. That's all I'm gonna say.
People see that you have something, and then they turn around and sell it, and it's just like you go to visit your collection, and it's just like, oh, it's gone. And,
yeah,
sorry, we didn't receive a payment for this, and blah blah blah.
There was one in Phoenix where this guy rented a unit and would go in there at night before they closed down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sneak back in there, get inside his unit, and he would unbolt the walls and get into the next unit.
Oh, geez.
And pillage through it and unbolt the walls and go into the next unit and pillage through it.
What
Dude, like just cleaned out like 15 units of everything valuable in like 3 nights.
Oh man, that's insane.
Because like one of the people was like, I was just here a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Dude just did. Oh man.
What was he doing? Like cutting a hole through the wall, or
no, just unbolting them right from the floor and the ceiling.
Why would that even be a feature of a unit?
I know.
Storage unit. It's not a very good storage unit.
I'm like, really? You can just unbolt these walls that easy to get into the next unit? And it's like,
right.
Well, it's not that easy. It does involve some work, but I mean, he was doing it, so
yeah. I mean, if anyone's determined enough, they can do that. I mean, they could bust the lock off, but even still, it's just like,
well, I mean, that's out there where there's a camera. He was
Right.
doing it on the inside and just
Right.
going unit to unit and cleaning it out. It was like,
Oh,
man.
that's insane.
And of course, he rented the unit in a fake name, but they did have a picture, and he ended up going to jail eventually. But
about time.
went in to pay. I mean, you go in and you pay for a unit. They're going to get your picture. They got a camera in the place, right?
Yeah.
Well,
and plus, there's probably, evidence of him going into his unit at least.
Yeah.
So, but still, jeez, that would be devastating. Yeah, definitely don't store anything.
Tweakers going to do whatever they can to get their tweet. It's like you can don't be in the way of that.
Right.
Because that's how I felt. Every time I got burned, I felt like I got in the way of the wrong train.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't go out there looking for it, but man, it sure found me.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing worse than going and finding out that you lost everything.
Yeah. Yeah, that would definitely be devastating.
For me, it wasn't the first time, so
yeah,
I've had 3 collections parted out by friends, and 1 collection stolen by a storage unit.
Jeez.
And I know the people in there stole the shit. I know the people that own the place stole the shit. I know it. I can't prove it.
Yeah. If only things were as neat and tidy as our movies that we're talking about tonight. So I mean, it's like if only things were that simple, cut and dry. It felt very cut and dry. Yeah.
Hi, Addie. Hi. My favorite blue-haired lady. There she is.
Yeah.
Love her new hair.
Hey, it's hard to struggle to get home.
Well, you're home and you're here.
All right, so I watched the first movie with you on Monday.
Yeah.
And Addie watched the second movie, so this is what we're going to do. You and I are going to talk about the first one, and I'm going to go do my other show, and you guys can talk about the second one.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, like, okay, it's Enola Holmes, so it's about the Holmes brothers and their younger sibling, and their mother goes missing, and so the 2 brothers come back and try to sort it out, and they try to sort it out in their own way. So Sherlock is there to sort of figure out what exactly happened to their mom, and the other guy, Minecraft, or whatever his name is, I think, and he's just there to make sure the girl gets a proper education and this and that, and he's very stuffy and
she is my
prim and proper, and yeah, exactly. she's not having it. She doesn't want it. Doesn't want anything to do with it. So it's about that. It's about unraveling things, and you see it play out a little bit. You see it play out, and
it was pretty funny actually. It was like you could tell that Sherlock was more concerned about the girl than his brother was, but his brother's the actual guardian, and he's like telling Sherlock, "You just concentrate on finding Mom."
Right.
And Sherlock's like, "Well, dumbass, she's gonna run to Mom." She's trying to find Mom too. We just follow her. Hi, Bailey.
Hi, Bailey.
Look, I got my picture.
You
got a picture?
It's a paint shirt on.
It's a paint shirt?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Can you paint with it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Cool.
Yeah, and I got my gummy. Watch this.
That looks like a winter mitten.
Yeah. It's a winter mitten. It goes with the other one.
Oh, it goes with the other one?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I'll go get it.
Bye-bye.
I'm going to go get it.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, I mean, I like you said, what were your other thoughts about the first one there?
Well, I mean, like you said, at the beginning, you could tell it was going to be, a rebellious kid, but
Yeah.
she had a mission. She's
Yeah.
finding mom, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, she also has uh, all of mom's advice and quotes and witticisms in her brain, right?
Mhm.
And they come to the surface on the regular,
Yeah,
like,
as she's remembering things and seeing things that trigger a memory. Yeah.
because she doesn't have real world experience. She's been hanging out in this estate with mom all her life, right?
Right.
So every time when she breaks out into the real world, she ends up on a train
Right.
and ends up finding somebody that's stowed away on the train. And, mom's words come into her mind. She should do this, she should do that. But she ends up helping do,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And, there's a killer trying to get him, or somebody's trying to get him, bring him back home or kill him. I don't know. At the time, you don't know which.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is this dude chasing this kid? We don't know. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So she don't know either.
Right.
And she makes him jump. That's great. I really like this movie. It's pretty entertaining, man.
Yeah. So what
But
would
she
you?
ends up,
would you give
helping. What? Oh, we going there already?
Well, it sounded like you're wrapping up. That you were
No,
didn't have much else to say about it.
that's early in the movie. We got stuff to talk about.
Okay, good.
But
you come to find out the mom is also
she's
rebellious.
A rebel. Yeah, she's a rebel. And okay, look, there is the aspect of women's empowerment all over this movie.
Yeah.
Okay. It's set in a time when women are trying to earn the rights to vote and the rights to be heard, and not just baby makers or whatever back in the day. She's like, hey, we're people too. And there's a little group of women that are all pretty much fighting the bureaucracy.
Right.
And I'm going to say there's only one part of this movie that I did not believe was realistic, and that was when she found mom's weapons cache.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay, mom had a room full of bombs and dynamite and a couple casks of gunpowder and right, and some fireworks got set off inside this room, and this room was still intact. It didn't go big boom, and it surely should have went big boom.
Yeah. Well, they said that especially because Sherlock, her older brother, came back and was like, "Yes, I saw the room," and it's just like, wait a minute. When she left, that was exploding in the progress of exploding. So there's no gap in time where he could have
20 or 30 fireworks going off in the room, and there was all kinds of flammable big boom shit in there, and it's like there's no way that building was intact.
Yeah.
That was my only problem, though. I give them a pass on the women's empowerment thing because of the time period.
Mm-hmm.
Women were fighting for their right to be heard back then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's exactly what women would have been doing. Rebellious women would have been doing in that time period. So I have no problem with that aspect of the movie. I don't consider it woke because it's not them trying to tell you that people today should act like that.
Right.
It's a historical account, or a quasi-historical account. Right? So I give them a complete pass on that. It was an entertaining movie. I had a good time watching it, and that could also just be a little bit of residue from Stranger Things too, because I like the girl. She's a good actress. She's believable in both parts, which are completely different.
Yeah. Very much
Okay.
so.
And this is the whole thing, man. If an actress or an actor can show me that they can go outside their genre, show me different things, don't just be a superhero all the time. Okay. You show me that you can act one way and then Doc Holliday me on something totally different. You get my attention. Okay.
Yeah.
You can do different things and do them well. You get my attention. I'm probably going to be a fan.
Yeah.
You know, now just don't come out public eye and start talking shit. Just be a good actress, little girl. Just
Right.
be a good actress. You know?
Well, I think she's not so much a little girl anymore.
Well, but you
Grew
know
up
what I'm
over
saying.
Stranger
It's
Things.
like,
So, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
yeah.
So, what would you give this movie?
I'm going to give it a 3.5.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna be boring, and I also agree because I think it is a 3.5 worthy movie. Borderline 4. If there was a something between 3.5 and 4, I would say that, but there isn't, so it's 3.5.
Well, you know, see, then you go 3.5 with or you know 3.5 with extras,
Right.
with extra sauce or something.
Pretty much with extra juice because it's all this is all based on Baja Blast, so a
Right.
little splash of extra Baja Blast in there.
Yeah.
I feel like she could play Nancy Drew, maybe.
Yeah.
They called her that too much in the movie.
No.
They called her that too much.
Yeah.
Those mean guys, the mean guys in the.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Or no, that's Stranger Things. See, I'm getting shit all confused now. That's Stranger Things with Nancy. Those guys calling her Nancy Drew.
Yeah, I guess she gives method actor energy.
See, my problem is that I don't binge watch something.
Yeah.
I'll watch an episode of this, an episode of this, an episode of this, a movie. I'll go back to an episode of that, and an episode of that, and an episode of that. And then it's Thursday and time for a movie. And then, you know what I mean? It's like I don't watch episodes one after another after another.
Mm-hmm.
I'll switch books.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll change the channel. I'll go watch a different something and a different something so I don't get locked in.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I just feel like because of the two movies and Stranger Things, it's like I just got all that on the brain right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So you didn't watch the first one, right?
I didn't get a chance to, but it sounds like somewhat similar to the second one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is pretty much similar to the second one, so.
Yeah,
But
she's trying to find
it's still
mom.
worth a watch if you.
You know, this is where she first breaks out, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she goes from the little girl to I'm busting out of here, right? That's the first movie, okay? Searching for mom. Second movie, pretty much same concept, different things going on,
right?
You know,
yeah.
But now she's actually a accredited detective.
Yeah.
In the second movie, she is a Holmes.
She's trying to be a Holmes.
Just in name, right? You know, yeah.
People come and they're like, wait, but you're a girl. It's just like, wow,
she's
you
like,
noticed.
I know jujitsu.
That was funny.
That was that. We kind of glossed over the thing in the first one too. There was a dude trying to kill people.
Mm-hmm.
There was some danger that she had a lot to do with saving the day.
Yeah.
You know, of course, Sherlock and her. I think her and Sherlock make a great team.
Yeah.
You know, I'm kind of a Sherlock fan anyway. Before these movies, so anytime somebody's adding to the lore without ruining the lore, you got to enjoy it, right? I mean, they didn't come out and make Sherlock into some kind of a clown because it's a woman movie. Although she did take some shots at him, but he got to take some shots back. It was equally entertaining as sibling rivalry.
Yeah, for sure.
right? So, I had a good time watching. I didn't get to finish the second one. I don't know how it ended, so I'm gonna leave
I missed
before you
the
go
very
see
end too, unfortunately, because my child needed to go to bed.
Yeah.
it.
Well,
Yeah,
the very end, they introduced Watson. So that's interesting. We'll see
how
the third
interesting
one plays
was it?
out.
Who's watching?
I don't know his name, but he looks like the dude. He's either black or Latino or something like that. I remember Ghost Pepper was commenting about it. I don't recall who it was, but yeah, I mean it'll be interesting to see because she rigged it, set it up. She set up a time to meet with him on the regular at 4, and so then this roommate knocks and hey, guess what? I heard you're looking for a roommate. I'm Dr. Watson. So,
but I thought Watson goes with Sherlock. Why isn't her partner in crime someone else?
I know, that's gonna be.
No, it is. He is Sherlock's partner.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
She rigged it.
Oh.
She tricked him into agreeing to meet with her, but then she sent this other guy in her place, and he knocks on the door and he said, I heard you're looking for a flatmate, and I'm Dr. Watson. And so she rigged that whole thing up. So because she said, we need to make it be a team, and you can't. She discovered something that her mom had said, saying, well, not had, they told her that being a part of a team, find people that are like-minded, and you can excel and become better.
And that's when she went and kissed Tewksbury for the first time.
Right.
She was really insulting that kid, and he still helped. Like, damn.
Yeah, well,
love does that funny things to you.
She was a little harsh on him until she realized he was all right, and she needs people.
Mm-hmm.
She needs people. Look, you need people to be successful.
So she doesn't want him; she wants him around.
You gotta have people.
She's kind of a player.
A player. Player. I don't know. It was very kind of juvenile in their flirtatious nature there at the end.
How old is she in life?
In real life, she's like 20 something.
Oh, I thought she was older.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe I'm just thinking of. I kept relating her in my mind to this generation's Hermione Granger, Emma Watson.
She's 21 years old.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I kind of get the Hermione vibe from her too.
Yeah.
She's got the baby face, but she's also the leading lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she's 21 now, so that means probably at filming this, she was, 16, not 16, like it's 18 maybe. Forget when it came out, but
I guess it's decent acting for a child.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. She was in Stranger Things, and she was definitely a child then. I think she was 11. But yeah, it's wild to think about how their age correlates to all this stuff. But yeah, I enjoyed the second one just as much as the first one.
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
What about y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's for not having seen the end, okay, and not having made my own judgment of Watson.
Yeah.
I can say it. Both movies were good. I didn't. If it hadn't been so late, 3:00 in the morning, and I knew I had to get up early, I would have probably tried to watch the end of it, but I was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna crash." wake up tomorrow and I'll get a chance to watch it sometime today and catch the end.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. You have to tell me what you think about Watson, because I know Ghost Pepper was like, what?
I will come into the chat during tonight's show.
Yeah.
Because this is a pre-recorded show, because Dustin's doing his husbandly duties by showing his wife a good time on their anniversary right now as this airs. So, yeah, everybody say happy anniversary in the chat. I will be here in the chat watching and, fielding comments and whatnot tonight. So
nice. Yeah, 17 years. So
wow.
It's pretty crazy.
But 17 years. 17.
Awesome. Congrats. You made it past the whatever the divorce rate is.
Yeah.
I think it's like what I found, like a thing that said 8 years is around when people get divorced. I'm like, Kevin, you and me next year.
Right.
Kevin like, keeping you.
Every time I say stuff like that, he quotes this comedian that says, "My wife ever leaves me, I'm going with her."
Yeah.
Right.
And that's a great line.
How about you guys? But I'm really looking forward to the new Frankenstein.
Yeah.
That looks really cool.
That looks insanely cool. And I'm excited about every little piece of it. I actually posted, I reposted someone talking about the intricacies of the Frankenstein on Instagram. So you'll have to check that out. But she's talking about the comparisons to the original art and where he's drawing inspiration from. And it's, very dark, and it's just looks insanely good. So I'm really
you guys, you two are trailer watchers.
Yeah, totally.
You look to see what's coming out. You watch the trailers. I avoid trailers like the plague, and I explain why. Okay,
yeah.
It ruins
most of the time. Either that one of two things happens: they took the best scene or the best joke in the movie, and they put it in the trailer.
Yeah,
and now you've seen the best they have to offer, or stuff in the trailer isn't even in the movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's been cut out by now. And they teased you with something that ain't even there.
Yeah,
so I just don't watch them anymore because I either get lied to or teased.
Yeah, that kind of stuff when they don't have it in the final cut is frustrating. And I've experienced that with several clips of the movie. It's like, wait, that was my favorite clip and it wasn't in here. What happened?
That's what I'm talking about. And then they come out with a director's cut and they try to double.
I don't even realize unless
then they come out with that director's cut. It's got the lost scenes or the cut scenes. It's like, no, fuckers, that should have been in the first movie because you put it in the trailer. If it wasn't in the trailer, fine. Throw some extra scenes up that we didn't know nothing about. That's great. But if you're just showing us something that you sold the movie on.
Mm-hmm.
Later for more money, F you.
Yeah, like so I watched the Fantastic Four trailer and just posted that in our group earlier, Facebook group. So if we don't get the come on, say it to the clobbering time. Oh, it's clobbering time. No. If you don't get that dude heckling the Thing, trying to coax him to say the Thing, then I don't want that. But I do think they most definitely should. Well, they aired the final trailer, so I really hope they don't have a TV spot or something, as the marketing goes on, that actually has the Thing say it's clobbering time. Because I don't know. No, I think that should be a movie experience because I think that's what everyone wants to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Just my opinion. But Anyway, let's see. Y'all have anything else to say about the movies or trailers or otherwise?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I liked both movies. They were both good, and I hope that people give them a chance. You know, one thing I can say is I didn't see gigantic debates about these movies online.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't see people going out going, "Oh, this was good," or "Oh, this was bad," or
yeah.
I don't remember people talking about these movies.
I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like a good tween age series.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess maybe that's why there's not that many people arguing about it. There wasn't anything like explicit in it or anything to cause anybody to stir about it.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
but people get mad about everything, right? I mean, all it takes is one person to go, "Oh, it's just a woman empowerment movie," right? Well, they probably didn't watch the whole thing. They probably quit halfway through it because they saw stuff that they thought was. But you know, if you didn't watch the whole movie, you didn't understand where it was going anyway.
Right.
And if you weren't taking the time period in the context in that issue, again, you're just ranting about dumb shit. Usually, we get a lot of that.
Yeah.
People ranting about dumb shit, and I didn't see any about this movie. I didn't even know about these movies.
I'm actually curious if it says a little bit something more, like maybe these people aren't educated. Maybe they're not familiar with Sherlock and Sherlock's lore and the things behind the whole. I mean, I during the second one, I kept saying like, "Oh, they must be pulling Moriarty out and already," and it's like, I was started thinking like, man, should they be doing that, or should they wait for them to give Moriarty his own space and really shine? Because that's his greatest villain, his greatest archenemy, so it's like I was questioning that for a moment, and I was like, well, there's no better place to bring it out until now, I suppose. So, but
I was kind of, I mean, they arrested her at the end, and it's like either
they showed in the paper though. I don't know if you stopped watching at that point, but they showed in the paper though that she escaped. So
okay, that's what I was looking.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't see that part, but yeah, I was gonna say it's like you can't take the main villain out of the story right away, or especially when you consider the history of Moriarty and Holmes. It goes on and on. It's ongoing. It's not a one story deal. So I'm glad she escaped. Being a she, kind of but
that was an odd choice, but
the choice wasn't bad. It was the speech at the end. "I'm smarter than all of you." Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, they just caught you, dumbass.
Yeah, right.
It's obviously you weren't the smartest person in the room today.
Right. Not today. Well, Moriarty's been caught before, so it's just a snag in her plan. She has to do something more elaborate and more devious next time. But so I don't know.
Now the other thing is, in that era, in that time period, were women given the same educational opportunities that men were to become that freaking smart?
Right. I suppose sometimes if you the quiet guy is the person you need to worry about, in a fight and all that kind of stuff, what they say. But I think same goes for women too. So
she was not quiet. Oh,
it's like Holmes' mom. Holmes' mom was like a what do you call it? Your grandma has all the old home remedies. She has all the old wives' tales. She has all the sayings, it was home, earthy knowledge. It wasn't book knowledge that we could tell other than she did have what looked to be an extensive library.
Right.
Right. And she was making her daughter read all this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. But it
And
wasn't
they did
that
experiments and whatnot.
School, it wasn't that she was getting taught this stuff at a school.
Mm-hmm.
Opportunity probably wouldn't have been there for the younger Holmes girl if her mom wasn't supplying it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you got to consider the time period.
Dead.
You know.
What were you going to say?
She probably would become a politician or something instead.
Today, yeah.
Yeah. But I liked it though. I thought it was entertaining.
Yeah.
At the very least, if you strip it all down, it was an entertaining watch, I think. I think both of them were. But it's got Henry Cavill, who is worth watching in everything. I mean, he's just fantastic. So, plus Millie Bobby Brown is very much a rising star thanks to Stranger Things, and she's still gaining popularity, I think. So, I'm looking forward to the third one. I saw that they're apparently doing a third one, so I'll be looking forward to that, and I will definitely watch it when it comes out.
And I'm glad that, obviously the Moriarty escape doesn't lead into the next one, right?
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they actually did something plain and crystal clear about their intentions going forward. It's not, what are we going to do? No, Moriarty's still on the loose. Holmes got shit to do.
Yeah, and they introduced Watson, thank you. And they introduced Watson, so I'm hoping that we'll get more of a Sherlock and Watson quippy back and forth on their investigations and stuff.
And her just tapping on both of them. It'll be hilarious.
That would be funny. I still think she should do her own thing, but she should eventually do what they have in the last two films. Their paths merge and they discover they're on the same case, essentially.
Yeah.
And then they just quip back and forth. I think that's...
I like how she's like, I'll tell you yours, you tell me mine. Just like that Lestrange dude tried to get him to do. I'll tell you yours, you tell me mine. He's like, no. But she got him to. She got him to say, this is about money. This is about corporate money. And her wheels started turning. It was like she saw the connection before he did, but he caught up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it was good that it only took a little push for him to make the connection, and then that gave him a different idea, and he started researching on his own. I like that they did that. He reached the same conclusion, but he got there quicker than she did. Oh, and it was hilarious when she's like showed him the evidence, and she's just like, "Oh, this way." It's just like, "Oh, you figured out faster than she did." It took her several days to figure it out, ponder it.
But I mean, it was cool because they both they showed, they
both got the same answer, just a different idea of thinking.
The sibling rivalry thing is a great twist for somebody as perfect as Holmes.
Mm-hmm.
To have somebody, not Watson, because Watson was still trying to help him get where he was going, but somebody who's like an actual sibling rivalry where they're actually, like I said, she saw it first, but he got there first.
Yeah.
She saw it first because she had his piece of the evidence and he didn't have hers.
Right.
But once he figured it out, then he went on, like you said, he started researching. He started reading all them books, and he found his way there quicker than she did.
Yeah. I really appreciated that because they didn't tear him down by not having him.
He just got beat up by his sister. Yeah.
Right. And he's just like, he walked away. He was hurt because she knew jujitsu better than him or something. Yeah. I get that, but it's like, oh, and you're not.
the fight scene there at the end was pretty funny too.
Yeah, that was crazy. Oh, and I knew I was waiting for the sword cane to come out. Just like, come on, sword cane.
And then there's dude who's never used a sword in his life trying to defend himself.
No, he said he fenced.
Oh, too experienced.
He was fencing. He that was his response back to Enola. He was like, I fence. She's like, yeah, no. We need to fight. You need to learn how to fight. So
yeah, well, he still always seemed like he was getting his ass kicked, even in
yeah, definitely. At hand to hand, for sure. But fencing, yeah, that he did all right at. So he wasn't no Dread Pirate Roberts, but or even Mandy Patinkin, but still.
I have to check out, guys, because I have to appear on another show.
Yeah. Yep, we'll see you. Good luck on
I
the
want
other
to
show.
thank everybody. Yeah, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight to ADHD Theater, live everywhere. And we will see you guys. Let's see, Saturday Hangout, probably, right? Saturday Hangout. We will see you in the afternoon tomorrow, people.
Yeah, for sure.
Day. Later.
Any last things to say, Addie? You want to say where you can be found or anything like that? Next Tuesday.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you can find me next Tuesday on here.
Which I think I'm working on getting an interview for us too. So
cool.
We'll see if it'll be probably similar to the last show. Maybe draw something relating to that, or I also had the idea that you should take this opportunity to draw you as Dark Helmet too. So if that isn't an option, if drawing a character or something like that is an option, we can always go with the Dark Helmet thing. I thought that would be fun.
Okay.
Because that's still good.
All right. I gotta cosplay him at some point if I ever go to a Comic-Con or something. That'd be funny.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man. I don't know, but yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah. That's all we have for you today. I think. Let me double check. Always join us on our Discord. Join us on our Facebook group. We're very social. Join our Instagrams. Addie is on Instagram at Addie Marie Art, right?
Yeah. Yep. And TikTok.
Pretty much everywhere.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty
You just
much
type
everywhere.
in Addie Marie Art on Google. I did that last week, and all my stuff pops right up.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's always a good feeling. Like you Google your name, and it's just like, oh wait, it actually has stuff relating to me.
It's wild, like, ooh. And you look at images, and you're like, oh, that's an old photo. Why is that here?
Yeah. But yeah. So, like I said, that's it for today, and we'll. Oh wait, we didn't even talk about the movies for next week. I'm sorry, that's not it for today. Movies for next week. Let's say. What's the name of the movie? Sinners and Until Dawn. Both just came out last year. So if you don't have a way to see them, we will be streaming them on Monday matinee with Pops and the Gang, and then Thursday evening movie night. Yeah, movie night is what we call it. So yeah, we'll be Thursday movie nights and Monday matinee. So you can join us there if you don't have a way to watch them. As far as I know, you can only rent them. So if you choose to do it legally, you can rent them. If not, maybe hop on our stream over on Pilled, exclusively on Pilled.net, and we'll be airing them. So that will be our movies for next week. So yeah. Until next time, we'll be having a Monday show with with Batman, and then we'll be having a Tuesday show with Addie, and then Friday we'll be back with watching those 2 movies, Sinners and Until Dawn. So, full week ahead of us, all that good stuff, and we will. Let's do this. I'll figure out how to end this real quick. Eventually. I don't know. Maybe not. All right. I think. Yeah, now we got it. All right. Until next time, Thunder Nerd Toe.